this year, instead of planning on a paper planner, I'm trying something new, and I am planning on my iPad instead. This is a planner I created, so I have it for free. If you are interested, check the link down below. And today I thought I would just do a plan with me. So I don't usually plan our first day of school right away. I usually get everything else going first. But we have family coming at the end of August this year, and I wanted to get a start before that and before our co-op started. So I've already planned in that, and as you can see, I've kind of planned in the rest of our August as well. I am using GoodNotes, which is a paid app on the iPad, along with the Apple Pencil, which I am so glad I finally gave in and bought, and a matte screen protector, which gives a little more resistance, so it feels a bit more like writing on paper instead of writing on glass. So I always start out by planning the days that I know we're going to have off, or that my husband's going to have off. Since he's in the military, he has a lot of 3-day weekends for federal holidays. So I'm going to do that first, and I write it big because I don't have very good handwriting, and so that helps me to write a little smaller, neater, and then I can just resize it. And we'll take off the last full week of December and the first week of January this year. Last year we took off the first 2 weeks because we went to Disney World so I could run my half marathon. I also, as you can see, I wrote in the biology orientation. I go ahead at the beginning and write in anything that I know we will have off because, or anything that changes schedule-wise with our outsourced classes. So our co-ops, the days we meet, the days we don't meet, holidays, and like when her classes will start, the days that she doesn't have certain online classes. All of those things help make our year, determine our year, but are out of my control. Now, I think we're going to go ahead and try for the last day to be the day after her last algebra class, or maybe the day of her last algebra class. Last year we were able to, or this past school year, we were able to end the week before that, and it worked out really well. Even with all the time we missed during the school year, we were still able to end pretty early. So that's my goal again this year. I love that I can easily just resize and move things around on GoodNotes. Makes it so easy to plan on the planner for me. Our co-op meets every Monday morning, which is not my preference at all, but it is what it is, and so I'm going to go ahead and fill that in and then copy it and paste it into the rest of our school year. This year, instead of taking any core classes at co-op, my daughter's just taking some electives. She'll do all her core at home instead. Now that I have those things done, I'm going to go in and use these stickers from Commit 30. They're all digital stickers, and make it look a little cuter. I am not going to use these throughout it. I bought the stickers primarily for a personal planner, but thought I might as well use them on this one too. I just finished the stickers and realized that I did not finish filling in our co-op. So I'm going to copy them, and you can copy more than one at a time, which makes it even quicker for those things that repeat exactly the same. So now I need to go through and count and figure out how many days we have so I know how many days I can plan for days off. I like to have extra days planned so that we can have some surprise days here and there off. Last year my kids went to Israel for 2 weeks in October, and then the Disney World trip in January. So, and we still finished mid-May. So I'm hoping that I can make that work again this year and allow us a little more time off during the year than what we may otherwise do. We may take something off around Labor Day, and I would like to take the kids home sometime in the fall. Otherwise, I don't know of any travel for us this year. But we have a move probably in the summer, so I do want to make sure we get done early enough in the school year that I can prepare well for the move. Sometimes when my husband has off, we will take the day off. Other times we don't. It just depends. But I try to at least do half day off and occasionally an occasional full day. I like usually to do our days off on a Friday because it just helps us to we don't have to try and find our rhythm again during the middle of the week. But it's also kind of fun sometimes to have it off during the middle of the week. So I'll plan a couple of those as well. Since I taped the first part of this, 5J's blog has put out her yearly calendar. I have used this, I don't know, most of the years that we've homeschooled. She has different start months, so depending on when you want to start, she has them, and then they go through the next school year. So if you do year-round schooling, you can do that. Here is the blog, 5js.com, and you can find it on there. I am going to just use the highlighter option on here and start filling this in with the things that I know that we're going to have off. And then if I have any field trips that come up, I'll use a different color for that. She has added this little feature down here so you can track your attendance. So I am going to go through and grab the rest of the days that we have off and finish filling out this page. And then I'll be ready to show you my final version of it. Now this page is just a regular 8. It's not scaled for the iPad, so you will have to zoom in a little bit, but it's easy. It's still easy to use for it. So if you find planning pages that you like that are just regular PDFs, don't be afraid to use them and then scale in. You can just zoom in with your fingers. So let's look at our year. There is August, September, October, November. Everything looks pretty good. We're going to have just enough days technically to count. Again, we don't have to have a set number of days in our school year here in North Carolina. I did decide to go ahead and move up our last day of school to the week before, and then Elizabeth will just have her last 2 algebra classes that week, and that's all she'll have to do. The last thing I need to do is go ahead and plan for our first week of school. I have not finished planning our menu for the week, but I'm going to go ahead and fill in what I know we're doing. We are doing a science that I put together based around the national parks for science this year. We need to start Harry Potter. Coming soon. We'll do 2 weeks of half days before we move to full days. I will have a longer video detailing my planner, so be sure to watch for that. And happy planning!